the number. And of course, you can tweet at BBC 5 Live. Let's return to the news that Steve Bruce has left his position as Newcastle manager by mutual consent. The club's official Twitter account has confirmed this. Steve Bruce has been under fierce criticism from Newcastle fans, with the team currently second from bottom in the Premier League and without a win this season. Now, a statement has been issued. Steve Bruce has thanked his coaching team, the players and support staff, and said he's grateful to everyone connected with Newcastle for the opportunity to manage this unique club. He also said he hopes the new owners can take the club forward to where we all want it to be. Those are his words. Alex Hurst is from the True Faith Newcastle United podcast and joins me now. Alex, morning to you.
Morning.
Morning. Your reaction to the news?
Fantastic news. I think every single Newcastle United fan is over the moon with this. It's been a long time coming. Arguably should have happened at least a week earlier, but I think we're not going to worry too much about that now. It's a new era for the football club, and it's essential that Steve Bruce has moved on.
Why wasn't he good enough? What wasn't he doing well enough?
There's a lot I could go at here. I mean, if you look at the principle, Newcastle are 19th in the Premier League, 8 games played, 9 games including the League Cup game, which they failed to win against Burnley, and no wins this season. And quite simply, if you look at Steve Bruce's record this season, but also over the last 38 games as a whole, I think they've won 7 of those 38 games. Very few football managers at any league in any country in any division would be able to survive that kind of record. To put it simply, I think he was a yesterday's man. He might have been a good manager 20 years ago, but he's not anymore.
What was it like? How fair were the circumstances, the conditions working under Mike Ashley, the former owner?
Well, I think Bruce had more financial support from Ashley than almost all of the other managers, or many of the other managers put together. He was granted players like Callum Wilson for £20 million, Joe Willock. They spent £40 million on Joe Linton. This is kind of the antithesis of the Ashley era before Bruce came in. So I think the conditions compared to a lot of his predecessors were incredibly fair. Having said that, Mike Ashley's a difficult man to work for. No manager has really succeeded under him. But I think the performances and the results under Bruce have been worse than the sum of the team's parts.
Do you know, I've been quite shocked by just how vehement the strength of feeling for Bruce to go out. The Newcastle fans, it was at the weekend when Newcastle played Spurs. They were singing "Sacked in the Morning" and "We Want Brucey Out." I mean, it's pretty harsh, isn't it? I mean, is that fair?
Not really. Yes, it is fair. No, I don't think it's harsh. Ultimately, if you're a football fan and you spend thousands of pounds a year watching your team, and you're travelling to Crystal Palace on Sunday and you're going to Brighton in 3 weeks' time when there's no trains back afterwards, you at least want to see some sort of organisation, some sort of plan, some sort of passion from the team. And the manager is very well paid to create those circumstances for the team to play well, and he's been failing for a long time. This isn't a new thing. So this is football. This is what happens. Bruce has reportedly been paid £8 million for his failure. I think that's pretty fair if you ask me.
OK, a new manager is obviously going to come in. We don't know who it is, do we?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. But the manager, and I'm assuming it will be a he, maybe she, is going to have the same players. So do you think the players are just going to step up then? Same players?
I think the fact that the players will be made to train will be helpful. Newcastle, it's been well reported, have 7 out of the last 11 days off training. That kind of stuff as a fan leaves you questioning what's going on. The team look unfit. They look slow. If some kind of manager could get the players into training and get them to work, that might be a vast improvement, and that's the starting point. But ultimately, football at this level, this is the highest level of football in the world. You're going to need a manager who's able to condition players correctly and set them up tactically. So I think you'd see a vast improvement on those two things alone.
How long will it take to see the improvement?
I think there'll be an immediate improvement. Graham Jones takes caretaker charge for the weekend. I think you'll see an immediate improvement. It was well known that a lot of the players didn't like the manager. They'd fallen out with him. It's been well publicised, and I think you'll see an immediate improvement because of that.
I think your views are very, very clear. Alex, thanks so much for talking to me. Alex Hurst is from the True Faith Newcastle United podcast. Take care. It's coming up to